Hey Star Trek fans, Dan Gunther here. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of The Week in Trek. A bit of a slow Trek news week here at Kertrats Productions, but we do have a couple of stories to bring you, along with a big new release in the world of Treklit. Plus, of course, this week's new episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. So without further ado, let's get to the news.
I promised the Federation News Service a first-hand account of the battle.
You'll get it.
Recently, we got a date for the next Star Trek film. Star Trek Section 31 drops on Paramount Plus on Friday, January 24th, 2025. Well, in anticipation of that release date, Star Trek comics publisher IDW has announced their slate of comics for the beginning of 2025, and it includes a Section 31 tie-in. Announced as a one-shot spin-off of the upcoming film, this Section 31 issue is set to be released on February 5th. IDW released a very short synopsis of the comic, which doesn't give us too much detail, saying that, quote, the issue features Emperor Philippa Georgiou on a brand new, raucous, and exhilarating adventure. The writer of the Section 31 tie-in is Alyssa Wong. This is the first Star Trek comic she has written, but she does have a lot of comic writing experience, penning Spirit World for DC and Star Wars Dr. Aphra for Marvel. I'm currently making my way through the most recent Dr. Aphra run and very much enjoying it. I'm definitely excited to see what Wong brings to this project. And in another piece of sad news this week, Star Trek has lost another memorable original series guest star. Teri Garr, star of Tootsie and Young Frankenstein, along with a whole host of memorable credits, including the befuddled Roberta Lincoln in the classic TOS episode Assignment Earth, has passed away at the age of 79. She reportedly passed away on Tuesday at her home in Los Angeles, surrounded by her family and friends. She was an incredible presence on screen, and even though she only had a role in one episode of Star Trek, the hope at the time was that it would be a backdoor pilot to a spin-off series featuring the adventures of Gary Seven and Garr's Roberta Lincoln in the 20th century. Alas, it was not to be. Garr, who had been suffering from multiple sclerosis, last appeared on screen in 2011. She will be greatly missed.
I never really cared for science fiction. I guess I just didn't get it.
A big Treklit release this week as the latest Star Trek novel comes out on Tuesday, November 5th. And as far as I know, that's the biggest thing happening that day. I'm kidding, of course. If you are one of my US viewers and you haven't already, please vote. But also, if you find yourself walking past a bookstore on the way back from your local polling place, there's something you might want to pick up. Out on the 5th is Star Trek Strange New Worlds Asylum by veteran Trek author Una McCormack. Here's the synopsis from Simon & Schuster. When Una Chin Riley and Christopher Pike meet at Starfleet Academy after one of his lectures, they immediately become friends. A stellar student, Una is the poster girl of her class, and Pike is determined to become a Starfleet captain with his own ship, rhetorically assembling his dream crew. As their friendship evolves, Pike also suspects Una is involved with the Yuksana, a Chionian cultural minority who are seeking asylum in Federation space, leading to more questions than answers. 25 years later, Una and Pike are working together on the USS Enterprise to settle a Chionian trade agreement when a pro-Yuksana saboteur launches a terrorist attack. When the suspect is taken into custody for interrogation and is discovered to have a history with Una, her past associations resurface, threatening to expose a secret she's been harboring all these years. I'm excited for this one. Finally, Una McCormack gets to write for her namesake. Strange New Worlds Asylum is available in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. Links, as always, are in the description below if you'd like to get your copy. And out on Thursday, November 7th, is the next episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 5, Episode 4, A Farewell to Farms. According to the synopsis from Paramount, quote, Dr. Miglimo cooks up some hot dishes while Mariner prefers hers served cold. Definitely happy to see the return of Dr. Miglimo. Tune into the Unready Room this Saturday, November 9th, where Brandy Jackala and I will be discussing this episode and the previous one live at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And that's it for This Week in Trek. Thanks again to the Patreon supporters for your help in bringing these videos to you each week, and thanks to everyone out there for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and tune in each week for news from the Star Trek universe. I've been Dan Gunther. Stay safe, stay strong, and if you live in the US and haven't already, please vote. Live long and prosper, my friends.